Hi, this is Randy and we're back. I wanted to reset my resolution and get my capture window to get the whole screen here. We've going to need some scroll bar here to see everything, and so that's part of why I did that. Okay, so we're in, like, I don't know, the third video or so of the actual installation, and the first two questions were nothing where we had to make any decisions, and now we're to making decisions. So this is, I'm just going to walk through this with you. Based upon our project, this is called PF1, and then in my case, it's ak.bobsnachos.com. Okay. Now the DNS server that it's asking us to specify here, this is from pfSense perspective, from the WAN interface. What would be a DNS server that would work for it? And again, there are lots of choices. I'm going to use the server that's on that network in our lab, and that server is 172.16.20. One of them is 210, and the other one is 211. Excuse me, 172.16.210.211. Okay. And it just says if you use DHCP, should the DHCP values... Oh, I made a boo-boo there. One of the great things about doing this in class is that students will catch this and they'll help me not make so many mistakes. You could check or uncheck this. I'm not going to use DHCP. It actually doesn't matter because I'm not going to use DHCP, but I'm going to go ahead and uncheck it. Allow DNS to be overwritten by DHCP. Okay, so what I've done here on this this is step 2 of 9. I've named it, and you can change all this later. This is a wizard. It walks you through the common stuff we need to do, but if you make a mistake or you change your mind or you want to use a different DNS server, you can come back and change all these values at any time. We are on Windows 10 inside of our network using a web browser to work on PF1, and this is beyond installation. This is how you work on pfSense. You work on it from a web browser from the internal network. Let's go to step 3. Okay, time server. It's nice that a time server option is available here for us. It's nice that they provide a time server here. You can see that this is provided by pfSense, and then we just pick our time zone. So I'll go to America. Okay, we're in Pacific time here at North Idaho College. Okay, looks good. We're on step number 3. Step number 4, configure the WAN interface. Now we did some initial configuration back when we were on the command prompt in our early install. Let's just see if there's anything else we need to do here. That's the address we gave it. That's the gateway we gave it. We don't need to use any of this. We don't need to do a VPN connection. Okay, important choices right here. You can read them, and please do, and I'll just summarize them for you. The two choices that you're going to make here are: do you wish to allow IP traffic to come in on the WAN interface from a 10. Network, a 172.16 network, a 192.168? If you look at those are all what we would call private IP addresses. Okay. Now, when your firewall is on the edge of your company to the internet, it is appropriate not to allow those because that would be inappropriate. In other words, there should never be these addresses on the internet. Should never be. They're only internal. They use network address translation to get out to the internet. Now, in our case, we're inside of a classroom and we're all running on 172 type stuff, and if we want to do any type of routing between us, which as time allows we would, I'm going to go ahead and uncheck this. So for our situation where we're inside of a corporate network behind other firewalls, I find it that I need to uncheck this. But where your firewall is out on the edge between you and the internet, you just got to think it through, and I just wanted to take a moment to just reiterate what you're reading there. Now this other one, I'm going to leave it checked, and what this says is if IP traffic comes in on the WAN interface, which we don't recognize, it doesn't fit any of the rules. It's what we call bogon. It's bad. It's malformed or not to anything that we know. Then to go ahead and reject it. And for most of us, we want to do that. We want to reject that. If we were doing experimenting and doing some, some stuff outside of the normal, outside the box, so to speak, for IP addressing, then we might need to uncheck that. I hope that makes sense. We can talk about that more in class. Okay, we're up to step number 5 of 9 now, and now it's just asking us to identify the LAN interface. We've already done that during our command prompt installation, and we're just verifying the values here. That looks good. Okay, now we get to change the admin password. And on our build guide, we do have a suggested password for the class. I'm not going to share that because this video is going to go out public, but for those that are in the class, you know what that password is. Okay, and we're good. It's going to now finish up, reload, and ask us to log back in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this video up. We've completed the installation, and I'm going to move into the last category in what we call post-installation. And in post-installation, we'll go out and check for updates. We'll create a user account for ourselves. We'll enable hardware-based encryption if it has it. We'll install OpenVM tools. We'll use the ping utility. We'll do some different stuff there. But let me go ahead and wrap up this video, and the next video will probably be our last video. Appreciate your patience with this, and I hope you're finding these helpful. So hold tight and we'll be back.